It's Tyler Sandoval for Princeton, John Duhenio for Rutgers. The 100th meeting of the Scarlet Knights and the Tigers is underway in Piscataway.
And Duhenio wins the opening face-off cleanly as the ball goes back to X, as you'll see often today with Scott Ross.
Ross Scott has had an outstanding year, the top goal scorer in the Big Ten at 19 over his first 6 contests.
Dom, once in a while I switch his first and last name. He's got 2 first names.
That's because he plays inverted. That's why.
Either way, he's a great player. Ross Scott is unbelievable.
And this Rutgers top offense will shoot against Griffin Rackauer, who's the starter in goal today for Princeton, the senior. He's been part of a platoon with another veteran, Michael Gianforcaro, as Rackauer makes the first stop. We might see Rackauer for more than 30 minutes today, though.
Here comes another shot. He pulls back. You started with Cameron up top. Shane Knobloch with the ball right now. Good give and go. Princeton falls back on defense.
And Dante Coulis, the sophomore from Canada, will take it from behind the cage. A first-year starter, he and the midfielder Jack Amon, and that's another reason why Rutgers has one of the best 10 offenses in the country.
Absolutely. Good possession here by Rutgers. Sprock with the ball, shot high.
And Rutgers, again, is there to back it up. So the Scarlet Knights will keep it with 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds. They've had a couple of good shots here so far. They'd like to end it with a score. Here comes Scott.
Cameron was open on the roll, but couldn't reel in the pass. And Rutgers resets with 20 on the timer. Now, Rutgers loves to run that pick game from behind the cage with Scott and Cameron. But instead, here's Amon on the move and lost control of it. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. The ball was over the cage. There's no reset on the clock. Scott picks up the ball. He's going to have to go. Everybody is posted up high with the exception of Cameron with the pick. Here comes Ross.
Scott trying, shoots it wide, 3 seconds. And for a Princeton team that's missing a Tewaaraton watch lister in Pace Billings today, out with injury, that is a great way to start.
Yeah, tough situation for Princeton to replace him today. But they turn back Rutgers' high-powered offense right here in the first possession with Rutgers.
At 2-year starting poll, Billings has been starting this year at close defense. And now we'll see Princeton's offense for the first time, averaging just a shade under 13 goals per game. But, Rick, the problem is shooting efficiently. They're only shooting this year 28%.
Yeah, I think the efficiency of the shooting comes somewhat from the fact. Here comes a shot right now.
Down the alley. There's a great first look for Christian Ronda, but wide right of Kyle Mullen in goal.
Good opportunity there. It comes from the fact when you're starting to move people from positions, different position. Right, nice shot there.
That'll work. It's quick offense, and it comes from Alex Vardaro, the 5th-year senior, and one of the top offensive contributors for Princeton. To get somebody like Vardaro and Alex Slusher, another All-Ivy honoree a year ago, to get them going would just change this Princeton offense.
Absolutely, and again, taking somebody who's played his whole career at midfield and putting him back at X, that's a big change. A lot easier to go from X to maybe midfield than it is to go from midfield back to X, and he did a nice job on his first touch of a Princeton possession. 1-0 Princeton. Rutgers' second possession of the first quarter.
And Rutgers took 4 shots on that initial possession.
See James Ringer, who has been playing more and more from Rutgers, isolating up top. He's going to dodge, go down the lane.
At part of the second midfield line, so he's on the field. Nick Tereski and Brady Cordilla out there as well.
You see, talking about different people on the field, different players on the field, Rutgers is still looking to find their solid second midfield unit. You see different players each week, 1 or 2 changes there. Ross with the ball.
And shot clock's down to 15. So here's Cordilla, the freshman from nearby Bridgewater Raritan High School. Now Tereski.
Gonna have to get a shot off here with 5 on the clock.
Cordilla. A switch.
Not gonna get
and
it
a
off.
Second shot clock violation forced by Princeton to start the game.
Well, Princeton's playing some solid defense right now. 2 shot clock violations. We don't normally see that twice in a game. We just saw it in 2 consecutive possessions for Rutgers. Rutgers is going to have to figure out how to get some shots on cage.
This is a Rutgers offense that has not been stopped much. Double-digit goals in every game they've played, and they're coming off an 18-14 victory against Utah. Offense was unstoppable in that.
Yeah.
And here is Colter Mackesy, 91 in the black and orange. 15 goals this season. He's counted for nearly half Princeton scoring in the last 2 games.
Oh, here comes another shot from him.
Mackesy doesn't get through off the great feed from Sam English, and now Rutgers loves to run. They're trying here.
Yeah, pushing the ball. Let's see if they come up with the ground ball, and they do. Nice clear by Rutgers.
And that was something that plagued the Scarlet Knights, actually, against Utah. Rutgers was up big late, but struggled to clear the ball in the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, talking to Coach Breck, you spoke to him this week. It was just a matter of passing and catching, basically.
Scott, wrap around, Stonewall. Griffin Rackauer was there on the near post.
Yeah, he tried to stuff it in that near post, and Rackauer was right there, took the angle away, made the stop.
That's the Princeton offense. It's got a little skip in its step as well. They love to share the ball in this motion offense, so don't be surprised if they try to get into some transition as well.
They do. They move the ball well in transition, and on 6v6 they move it well. You know, a very hard team to scout, similar to Utah. When you mix and match positions and different midfields, your matchups are hard to find.
Good run on that shot from Sean Cameron. Yes, Rutgers, Brian Cameron's little brother.
Yep, we got the battle of the states and the battle of the brothers within the state.
And at the 4th shot so far from Princeton, leading by a goal about 6 minutes in, courtesy of Alex Vardaro, his first goal in 2 weeks.
Didn't see a picture of Sean. Does he have red hair also?
I don't know. It's a good question. Both products of New Hampshire, though.
Brian's got that bright red hair. Drop by Princeton.
And with 15 seconds on the shot clock, too.
Solid defense here. Here comes a shot from the lefty.
Mackesy was able to get inside Bobby Russo, but now 9 seconds to operate with for the Tigers.
Goes wide. Not going to be a reset here. Going to have to dodge to go to the cage. Comes around. Goal line extended. Doubled.
A glove popped off there for Vardaro. Rutgers will win the possession. Pardon me, Princeton will keep the possession.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Rhonda and Vardaro have gotten involved.
Again, that was coach's wish that that other people on this Princeton offense would start getting involved, and right off the bat, 2 people that have not been contributing offensively, so to speak, are already on the board.
I mentioned Vardaro and Rhonda were big contributors to last year's Final Four team. As that one stopped, point-blank range, Kyle Mullen makes his first save.
Kyle Mullen had to make a great save there. It was just a simple give and go that Rutgers got surprised with, and a good clear shot, but couldn't put it in.
Jake Stevens had a great chance at it. Princeton had those 2 guys, Rhonda and Vardaro, as big contributors to their offense last year. Almost had this as a Final Four matchup last year, Rutgers and Princeton. I think New Jersey would have exploded.
Exactly.
Rhonda and Vardaro have gotten involved. Now Rutgers offense trying to find an early spark. 7 shots, 3 on cage, but 3 saves from Griffin Rackauer.
Yeah, Princeton just playing a solid man-to-man defense rather, and the opposite defender is just sloughing into the crease. There's a good shot there, but goes wide.
James Ringer takes it, the senior, part of the second midfield line.
See it right here. Everybody's matched up on a man. You'll see the defender on the crease opposite the ball.
Tereski with a head of steam, shares, and Rutgers is on the board. And you can see James Ringer loves it. His first goal of the season. Well, Ryan Brecht described it as just hitting some singles, not hitting home runs. That's a pretty strong single from James Ringer.
Absolutely. You know going forward, Dom, that they have to get some offensive production out of a second midfield, especially when we start getting later in the season and we get something over like 20 degrees, and we just ran out of bounds on the clear here.
Yeah, it was Eugenio who stepped out of play, and Rutgers has had some issues getting the ball into the box so far today.
Yeah. Back to the weather, I think, Dom, every week that we've done a game, this is our 6th game or 5th game, 6th game. This is our 6th game together.
The possession out of this. Princeton has not won here at Rutgers since 2015. You saw the home teams have had a lot of success lately. No doubt the Tigers would love to win here, not just to get one at their vaunted rivals' turf, but also to get back to their winning ways, get back above 500.
You know, for both of these teams, when they get in conference play, you know, Rutgers in the Big Ten, certainly a very, very, very tough conference, and obviously the Ivy League is a tough conference as well. They need to find their winning way prior to getting into these conference games.
Princeton coming off losses to Maryland and Georgetown at home. And some physical defense here from Rutgers on this possession.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit more aggressive and sliding a lot early. You'll see it right here. The adjacent thought about sliding but didn't. Good call. You don't want to slide off of 91. Here comes a shot.
Christian Ronda shoots it high, but as a flag flies, Princeton will go a man up for the first time.
Yeah, we have a little yellow laundry on the rug early here in the game. 4:07. Let's see what the call's going to be.
It was just before Ronda took the shot. You'll see the official
slash
off to your right, perhaps throw the flag sky high.
I don't know. That was kind of, I don't know. That was kind of like a welcome touch.
in New Jersey and in college lacrosse,
wow.
Rules are two different things.
Yeah.
Physicality here may be different elsewhere.
I don't know. That's, yeah, he's right there. So if you know, the official's right there. So I mean, that check didn't look hard from where we're standing, but if you're standing right next to the official and you start letting it go, he may be opted to call that.
That is Ryan Decker, the short stick midi, who
14
goes
taking
off.
a shot.
Swooping inside, Kyle Mullen waiting there. Save number 3 on the run out. Princeton retains.
Yeah, that's their favorite extra man play. They'll just send a cutter down, and then Stevens will circle up to replace the cutter and take a hard shot from up top there.
Yeah, that's the guy to watch out for in the EMO for Princeton. Jake Stevens, number 14, leads the Ivy League with 3 man-up goals.
See right there, just circles right up. It's different personnel, but the same play. And here comes a shot.
Mackesy nets it. Man, the ball does not stop moving for Princeton. This is early in Mackesy's sophomore year. He's still learning game to game how to play out there at this high level.
There's no doubt about it. Making the move, you know, from high school and then a freshman, and then you move up your sophomore year when you're finally starting to get some playing time and starting. You learn a lot in a little bit of time.
So 3 different goal scorers for Princeton. Alex Vardaro, Christian Ronda, and Coulter Mackesy. And looking for another, Coulter Mackesy found it through the 5-hole.
They better do something about Mackesy. They can't lose him in this offensive mix. His hands are free.
Points.
Absolutely. And Rutgers having some problems on the face-off.
That's the 3rd face-off win for Princeton so far. It's even, 3 each.
Mackesy with the ball again, pops it up top. Rutgers rope unit in there. They're going to have to start playing a little bit more aggressive, getting on the hands of these Princeton players. Sweep across the front, we're going to get a shot.
And that time Mullen was able to make the save. Not as much velocity on the back of that as Sam English wanted, but Rutgers throws it away.
Yeah, Mullen was short. You had 3 Rutgers players breaking out open, and Mullins just dropped the pass short. Almost like a shorthanded interception in football.
So 3 times in this game so far, Rutgers has struggled to get the ball from somewhere behind midfield to into their attacking end. And now English with a fresh shot clock for the Tigers. Real chance here for Princeton to claim the early edge. A team that's lost 2 in a row after winning their first 2.
Oh, we got Princeton has Rutgers hung up. They're going to stack up, make cuts, see if they can find somebody on the crease. If not, they'll come around and make a shot on a defensive player right there. Nice job by Rutgers to slide out there.
That's Alex Vardaro, pushed away by Brad Apgar, the veteran defenseman. And now Alex Slusher fended off. 18 seconds on the timer for the Tigers.
Here comes a shot.
Spin. Oh, and it's knocked away. Rutgers mauled him.
Well, that's what Rutgers defensemen are going to have to do. You're going to have to get out and get on his gloves, and Rutgers has numbers. They're going to push right here. Good pass, and here comes a shot.
Coolest, bingo,
boom!
Top corner. super accurate, one of the best shooters in the country. He's got his 13th goal of the season, but now Princeton wins the draw quick to the doorstep. Oh, they missed it. We will get a flag, but that was a great chance to score right in front.
Just went off the pipe, I believe, and I'm not sure what this flag is for. A lot of laundry on this rug early. They set up with 2 on the crease, 2 up top, and 2 behind, basically.
And they up. It's not just a cross check. They say it's targeting the head and neck area on the hit from Apgar. That's why it's the 2-minute penalty.
That would be non-releasable, I would believe. Yep. Okay.
So that's a big moment in this game early. Princeton's offense has been humming, and Rutgers' defense will try to make a long stop that will stretch into the second quarter.
Well, now it's a matter of buying time here and killing this penalty. That shot just goes high and wide.
What you're looking for there, Jake Stevens, the EMO maestro, right in the alley. And was unmarked, but couldn't hit it.
Well, we have 38 seconds left in the quarter and 1:37 on the penalty situation. With about, if it gets to a situation, here comes a shot right there.
That's perfect from Princeton. Exactly what they want. And Weston Carpenter bangs it in right outside the crease. Now, Carpenter's got his 4th goal of the season, somebody who had not scored at all in his first 2 seasons. And Rutgers, fortunate for the Scarlet Knights, win the faceoff.
And Rutgers going to have to hold onto this ball for 14 seconds, kill the penalty, and also get in a situation where they don't have to play face-off. They're doubling the ball, and Cameron has it.
Brian Cameron playing keep away, a few more seconds, and we will go to the second quarter. If you're a Princeton fan, you love what you've seen. 5 goals, 3 saves from Griffin Rackauer. Overall, hot start for the Tigers, in front by 3. On the year now through 5 games, his 15 through 4, the most that any Tiger had scored in 40 years. But now as we start the second quarter, Rutgers is still a man down, but they are able to keep the possession because there's a penalty. You scratch out the face-off, and Rutgers now tries to play keep away for 40 more seconds.
What goes unsaid is how important that face-off was right at the end of the quarter. Rutgers wins the face-off, holds onto the ball, and if you have the ball at the end of a quarter and there's a penalty situation, it gets awarded to the team that holds the ball. Now Rutgers has to be smart here, kill the last 20 seconds, and get their first unit on the field. But again, they can't because their shot clock is still in effect, by the way, and they drop the ball and lose
Jack
it.
Amon got hit. Princeton has it, still a couple seconds on the penalty before Brad Apgar, who's one of Rutgers' best close defenders, can get back on the field. And Princeton looks like it's in no bit of a hurry. It'll get 6v6. We'll get to even strength, and the Tigers have it.
Well, it's a small victory for Rutgers in that they only scored 1 goal. Princeton only scored 1 goal in a 2-minute non-releasable. But again, Princeton now has the ball again in their possession. I just think that Princeton's been able to move the ball and get open shots. Here comes another one right off the bar.
Wow, the second time so far Princeton's rung the post.
Yeah, they're just moving the ball so well and getting opportunities where the defender is not getting to their sticks, to the offensive stick and hands. And Princeton's just getting really good shots.
Alex Vardaro, no friend of the
Rutgers
goalkeeper's
get
post.
It over and does, and Cameron gets it. He beats him.
And a flag comes out too behind the play. So Rutgers will have the chance to go man up, and Scarlet Knights will have the possession as well.
So we have more laundry on the rug. In essence, this comes down to a free shot, because on this shot, no matter what happens, it's going to go back to Rutgers' possession if a goal is not scored.
And here is David Sprock, working one-on-one on the short stick. Trying to roll and fend it off.
Rutgers wanted another call there on a hold up high on Sprock, but doesn't get it. And we have Scott with the ball.
He's been trying to get his goal scoring going. Tried that with one hand, missed it, and now Rutgers will go on the power play.
So this is Rutgers' first opportunity to show what they have on extra man. Comes right around here. You see Sprock right there. He gets whacked.
It was Michael Bath, the long stick midfielder, who did the hitting. So it's a 1-minute penalty for a Rutgers man-up unit that leads the Big Ten and is 12th in the country, 50%.
So Rutgers has a 1-minute man-up opportunity here. They'll start a little bit wide, move the ball around, get Princeton to rotate, and see if they can find an open person to take the shot.
Guy to watch for here is number 22, right in the front of your screen, Eric Civetti, who's the extra man attacker. He's got 2 goals on the man up so far.
See what Princeton is doing here. They're cutting off Scott. They're going 5. They're going 4 on 5. They're playing 4 men against 5 and cutting Scott off, taking him out.
Step down, score!
But Knobloch takes advantage of it.
Wow, Shane Knobloch needed to get some velocity on it, and he did that. He's sort of been slow to get going.
Yeah, you know, I give credit for Princeton for trying something different, trying to catch Rutgers. Look at this. Princeton's going to turn the ball over following that.
Ooh. Tyler Sandoval, the face-off guy, tried to a little backward shovel to the opposite side of the field, and it did not work.
Yeah, I was saying Princeton tried to trick Rutgers, so to speak, by just cutting off Scott behind, taking him out of the extra man play, and Rutgers did a nice job of adjusting. I don't know if they expected it. It's something that they practice, but I think that was a good effort by Rutgers to come out of that and not get fooled. Cameron with the ball, coming around.
Princeton handled the 2-man game. Cameron shoots it. I don't think Rackauer saw it. Looked like it hit the post.
It did, and we got a reset on the clock. Rutgers will take advantage of it by slowing it down and setting up their offense. Knobloch's getting his hands free. Shot!
He's got another. Shane Knobloch with back-to-back goals and back-to-back minutes. Ross Scott and Brian Cameron, Rutgers' 2 usual suspects on the attack line. It's Knobloch who's helped Rutgers back now to a 1-goal difference, and they win another draw.
We got numbers here. Rutgers got numbers right down College
Sharing.
Avenue.
Cameron, open, scoring! Tie ball game.
Holy jumping Joe, it doesn't get any better than that. And how many times have we said lacrosse is a game of spurts?
It absolutely is. We saw Princeton with the early spurt. They went up 4-1 at one point in the first quarter.
Well, Princeton gets the ball on the face-off on a procedure call against Rutgers. And now, can Princeton answer back and slow the tide down? Momentum right now, Rutgers. Princeton has to do something to prove that they're back in this game. Take control of this game, rather.
And it's Alex Vardaro who controls for the Tigers. Had the goal early and was robbed by the post a few minutes ago.
Vardaro challenged the short stick on the goal line extended. Rutgers did a nice job sliding early to him and getting on those hands. Important, Rutgers got to get on these Tiger hands, not their tail, their hands.
Mackesy had a little opening there. Rutgers trying to shuffle.
Again,
back to
free.
Mackesy. Oh, low to low. Coulter Mackesy has a first-half hat trick. Princeton.
Well, he's just a great shooter from that very spot there. And if you're going to leave him open and give him any kind of time from that hash line, he's going to let it go. He puts it on Cage. He could add a couple more already here, Dom. He put a couple more on Cage.
And he's taken 5 shots already.
Yeah. They're all pretty much from that hash mark.
A big battle for the ground ball. Princeton wins it. Face-off continues to be pretty even. The Tigers have won 7 out of the 12. And so the Tigers now with a goal, face-off win, and they'll settle it down a little bit as they try to control this game like they did early.
Well, this is a typical Rutgers-Princeton game. This is going to come down to every possession, every shot saved.
The sort of rivalry, the sort of series, you come in, you throw the records out, the rankings out, and Princeton throws the ball out as well. Yeah, Rutgers takes over.
Unforced turnovers will drive a coach crazy. But you know what? They went over the top to the opposite side. Had that pass connected, they would have been open for a free shot. Got to take your chances sometimes. And Rutgers trying to clear with their 3-4 and having some difficulty again.
Kyle Mullen, the goalie.
And there you go. Didn't clear it in enough time. They've got to do something about this situation on their clears.
It was interesting going into last week's game against Utah. Rutgers was among the nation's best in clearing, but Scarlet Knights failed 8 clears against Utah, and they've now failed 3 in this game.
Absolutely right, Dom. But they'll figure it out as they go along. They're going to have to. You don't want to constantly turn the clearing situation over to the opposite team. And look on the crease there, pop back outside.
It was Christian Ronda who was 5 yards out and just did not have space. Move it around again. Skip it. Share it. Rutgers defense rotating well, and now it's knocked free. Ethan Rawl got a stick on it. Alex Slusher first on the scene. Tigers keep it 23 seconds.
Good ground ball by the Tigers. Pick it up, move it down the lane.
Unsettled. Stevens makes the extra pass, and a kick save by Kyle Mullen.
And a reset on the clock.
Kyle Mullen's left foot did not know the ball was headed there, but it found it instead.
Again, Dom, I'm going to emphasize that Princeton has not beaten Rutgers man-to-man. They're beating them on ball movement like that.
Wow, great feed. Christian Ronda makes himself available, and he's had a 2-goal first half.
Yep. Man.
This Princeton team, even though it's not scored as much as we might have expected, still has one of the best assist rates in the country. 67% of their goals are assisted. Matt Madelon calls it a shoot it and share it offense. And you see with all the motion and the passing that they employ in just a settled 6v6 that it pays off. And the Tigers take a timeout. You can only imagine the amount of connections you build when you're on a campus for 35 years. So a lot of people around these parts know about him, and we're thinking about him, and just wanted to share that with you.
You know, every one of these players is close with him, and for so many years prior to this team, players love Yulee. He's just great to have around. He adds to everything that Rutgers is.
Rutgers trying to get a win today for Yulee too. It's Princeton with a 2-goal edge right now. Got to imagine Yulee was pretty happy with the way the first quarter ended, at least, when Rutgers went on the second quarter started, that is, when Rutgers went on the 3-goal run.
Absolutely. He's on that. When he's on that sideline, he is not just the equipment manager. He's part of that staff. He helps. He talks to players.
I'll see if Rutgers can get a stop here. Princeton continuing to share. Alex Slusher on the step down, 8 to shoot.
Again, Rutgers, when they press out, there's so much.
Whoa. Oh, Stevens in the alley, bingo. Now, there are not many midfielders in the country like Jake Stevens, a 2-time All-American who plays 2 ways at midfield, plays on the man-up. I mentioned he's their best man-up guy. Plays on the wings on face-offs. He does it all for this team, and he puts them back in front by 3. But Rutgers trying to chisel away, and they do.
Well,
wow. Noah Daniels on the move. Offensive-minded of the rope unit transfers. Rutgers added 4 of them. Got a 2nd goal of the season, and an important one there for Rutgers to try to keep this game at hand.
Well said, Dom. That was much needed and important. And Princeton is doubling the ball off of the face-off, and Rutgers calls a timeout. Out by Rutgers. Probably not one that you wanted to take, but off the face-off, the Tigers threw a little bit of a hitch there when they doubled Scott Ross in the back of the net.
He's inverted again.
I did it again.
It's okay.
Because he inverts. He has the ball. Ross put the ball behind.
Yeah, trying to get him going. He's taken 4 shots, and he has not scored yet, which is a rarity for somebody who's averaging better than a hat trick per game.
Oh, Princeton in a zone. See it right there.
Curveballs from the Tigers as they try to maintain this 2-goal lead. They've loved for the majority of this first half.
Yeah, they keep switching things up. They went from a tight man-to-man, put it into a zone, double-teamed the ball on the ride, cut Scott off on the extra man. He's throwing everything at Rutgers today.
10 seconds. Scott keeps it in play.
He's coming around.
He's got space, and Rackauer was there to meet him. 2nd time today that Griffin Rackauer has met Scott at the doorstep and came up with a save.
Yeah, it went just a little bit wide, but Rackauer forced him to do that.
Oh, you're right, yeah. No shot clock reset. That's why Rutgers takes the shot. And a scrum for the ground ball.
They could call this either way, a push in the crease, or they could call him in the crease. And they call him in the crease.
Let's take another look at this.
Right here. Comes around, open shot, shoots it wide.
Wow. And that's Scott's move, is an ex-attackman.
Yeah, just missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, rare you see him shoot wide as Rackauer crosses
Princeton's
midfield
offsides. Rutgers wants to call, they got it.
Yep.
See, that's a deep zone ride. Oftentimes, you take away the pass in the middle of the field. The goalie takes the ball. Here comes a shot, and it's a goal.
Wow. There's Ross Scott. He's got his first goal of the game, and he's got to be happy.
In the first half.
Yeah, we sure have. Last time the game was played here was 2019. Rutgers won on a final second save from their goalkeeper, Max Edelman. The final score was 9-8. That's not going to be today's final score.
No. Cameron with the ball. 7-8 Princeton. 3:46 left in the first half. Scott moving around. Two-man game behind. Comes around lefty.
And Rutgers will reset.
Dodge from up top. He's got his hands free. Shot! Goal!
David Sprock pins the upper 90. The lineup has been from day one. He's been a starter, but just sort of gradual on the field. And you can see him finding that offensive finishing form that allowed him to score 21 points a couple seasons ago.
I think once he almost offsides again here by Princeton. And they were almost offsides. Yeah, but a good substitution out of the box. And Princeton with the ball, 8-8. What do we got here? 3:05 left.
And they operate with Christian Ronda, who's had 3 points in the first half. Sherritt, Mackesy, and they'll send it behind the cage.
See, right there, I just think they gave Mackesy a little bit too much extra room. Got to step out on him.
Yeah, surprised for a guy who's got 5 points in the first half.
Now, you'd think you would know where he is at all times.
Oh, wow, that was wide. It was a good look nonetheless, nearly on target.
Yeah, good take by Stevens. He let it go.
Now, Jake Stevens coming off a huge game in the loss to Georgetown last weekend. 3 goals, 5 caused turnovers, 3 ground balls. Move inside, and Mullen closes the door to the 5-hole.
Yeah, Mullins did not want that ball to get between him and the pipe as it did on the last shot.
Sam English took the shot,
Oh.
and now Rutgers is fortunate. We're all there to keep the possession.
That's a magic wand, baby. I don't know how we got that ball. It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
That's Rutgers All-American long stick midi. Shot to the 5-hole is stopped from Cameron, and we go the other way.
And Cameron had a good opportunity.
Across from Mackesy. No, says Kyle Mullen.
Mullen finding his way right now.
Griffin Rackauer and Kyle Mullen exchange money-making saves. And now Shane Knobloch settles with about 12 seconds separating the game clock from the shot clock. And a chance for Rutgers to try to claim the lead here, something the Scarlet Knights have not claimed.
Oh, what Bobby Russo did on the defensive end for Rutgers, when he picked up that ball, received that pass, he got it upfield. He wasn't going to go with a settled clear. He wanted to get that ball across the midfield line quickly.
Here's Cameron. And send it back around to the left side where Shane Knobloch with 2 first-half goals will set up some offense.
Rutgers will have to take a shot because they have 27 left, and there's about 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Here's Cameron. 12 seconds.
Look inside.
And Submariner, it goes in. Dante Koulis gives Rutgers its first lead of the day, and we've got a flag.
Because they're going to have possession. It's a 2-minute non-releasable penalty. procedure on the Tigers, Rutgers will hold this ball for 22 because they'll exchange 22 seconds for 2 minutes when they come back after the halftime.
Yeah, it's Luke Anderson on the penalty, and it looks like it's a cross-check this time. It looked like the same sort of targeting the head and neck area call we saw against Rutgers' Brad Apgar back in the first quarter. So Rutgers will hold it for the final 13, and when we start the second half, it will be Rutgers' ball with a 1-goal lead. In a game where the Scarlet Knights trailed by 3 and Princeton was great early, Rutgers has to be awfully happy where it's at right now.
Well, you love going into the locker room up by a goal, especially the way this game started, and coming back in the situation they're going to be in.
Princeton get one of these in the first half, scored once. Rutgers was able to burn it off, thanks in part to the start of the second quarter. We'll see what Rutgers can get out of here as they try to continue their 4-0 run back to the middle of the second quarter.
Well, this is the second here comes a shot and a save.
Well read by Gian Forcaro, who is thrown into the fire, being a man down.
Well, I'll tell you, making that first save when coming in off the bench in the second half is a big save for him.
And now Princeton, still a minute on the penalty, which is pretty much even with the shot clock. At the very least, they can get this back to even strength.
Yeah, that's all they're hoping for. Anytime you are down for 2 minutes or more than a minute, you just want to kill that clock for as long as possible. Rutgers looks like they're content to let that happen. You can double team with 43 seconds left to go, double team the ball, but the reward risk is not worth it at times. As I was saying, Dom, this is the second non-releasable penalties, 2-minute penalty, one by Rutgers and one by Princeton. That's just an indication of how hard they're playing and aggressive they're playing today.
Yeah, physical game so far for sure. So we get 20 on the penalty. The penalty will end with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and with it wound down to 15, Princeton trying to get something here. It's Jake Stevens.
Yeah, this is not what Rutgers wanted to happen. They wanted at least get a good shot here. Comes a shot. Nice save by Mullen.
It's his 8th save of the game for the Harvard transfer Kyle Mullen. Now, Mullen's somebody who played against Princeton twice with his old team and most recently got a win last year. 18 saves in Harvard's 19-16 win over the Tigers. A little bit of familiarity facing this Princeton offense.
Don, we should mention the success Rutgers has had in the third quarter this season.
Been outstanding, and especially during this homestand. Rutgers now playing its 4th straight game at home. In the third quarter, Rutgers has outscored its opponents 18-1. It's where they put games away.
Crazy. And throughout the 6 games, 28-8 in the third quarter. That's an unbelievable stat. They come out of that room fired up. Knobloch with the ball up top. Lets it go off the pipe.
Wow. Shane Knobloch robbed by the crossbar, although the shot clock will reset. How about him? Knobloch 2 goals in the first half. Starting to find his offensive stroke.
You know, he has the ability to score, as we saw against Georgetown. He had 7 goals. Here comes another shot.
Amon in the alley, and that also knocked away by the post. Submarine, 3rd save. The 3rd shot, that is, saved by Gian Forcaro, who was reading the ball well.
Well, Gian Forcaro has had a good start so far here in the second half, making some quality saves on good shots. And
now Princeton goes back on attack as Coulter Mackesy starts it. 5 points for Mackesy in the first half, including a first-half hat trick. That's a game high.
Got to find Mackesy.
Yeah, he's number 91 in the black and orange, the sophomore. But Princeton will make it a 6v6 action. And some more run here for Jake Stevens with the first midfield line. There's a shot on the move, and Alex Verdaro puts it inside the post. And he got hit at the end of that as well.
9-9, face off. Rutgers picks it up, looking to clear the ball.
Third tie today between these two schools. Princeton has won the last 2 meetings and has had the major advantage in the series. But the home team has won each of the last 6 meetings, and Rutgers would love its first win over Princeton since 2019.
Rutgers setting up their first offensive unit.
And some second midfielders on there as well. And it's James Ringer and Nick Tereski. And here's Brady Cardilla, the attackman who's getting some time in the midfield spot.
Yeah, well, he's just a good athlete and a good lacrosse player. One of those players you could play both at midfield and attack. Going to get
moving
interference,
screen.
yeah.
That was James Ringer tried to screen Cardilla open, and Princeton gets it back on the Rutgers turnover. It's 8th.
I liked what they were trying to achieve there and setting that low pick.
Oh,
look at this.
Taken away. Dante Koulis.
And
what can he do? 2-on-1. He keeps, he scores.
Holy jumping Joe.
Dante Koulis. And now clean face-off win for Tyler Sandoval, who has it knocked away. Princeton had a chance there with Sandoval, but Ethan Rawl emerges with a ground ball for Rutgers.
Now we're playing hard and furious here from end to end. Both Princeton and Rutgers, they know what is going on here. They need to play hard.
And Rutgers is able to get it across midfield. They'll settle it down and take a deep breath.
As I was saying, Dom, I think that's an aspect of a team that rides hard. When your attack rides hard, I think it just turns into goals.
And Brian Cameron, another attackman, has a pair of caused turnovers. That one, by the way, for Dante Koulis is the first of his career. And it gives Rutgers a 1-goal advantage, another lead change. Trying to build on it now as David Sprock moves up top.
Here comes the slide.
Well covered, too, by Bo Pedersen, who's the top short-stick defensive midi for Princeton, a captain.
Scott going up high. Look for a question mark. Takes a shot wide.
And Ben Finley defensively, another captain there. Rarely see Scott come that high up on his rolls above GLE.
And usually when he does, he's setting the defender up to come back down on that question mark shot. Just a little high. That one wide on Cameron there.
And John Forcaro stopped it. Long rebound, scooped up. Here come the Tigers sprinting across midfield.
Not sure if that was Cameron's best take of the day so far. A little high up on the towards the outside of the field and wide.
Onto the field with a skip in his step, but a stop made. Jake Stevens had all the room, but Kyle Mullins stonewalls him.
He did. That was a shot high, and Mullins had his stick right there ready to receive that shot. You're going to get a shot right here.
Noah Daniels sharing. Brian Cameron, space, bounces it in. Brian Cameron skips it home, and Rutgers builds a 2-goal lead. Final season of college lacrosse, looking to split the Cameron series, as now Joe Newman wins the face-off cleanly, but Gian Forcaro saves it.
Good save. Newman scored last game on a very similar situation off the face-off. I heard a blog with Brian Cameron this week, and he went on and on about the great relationship with his brother and how they used to play outside, and he ended with, I want to beat him, though.
And the two of them played high school ball together, even though the age difference, as Ringer shoots that wide. They played together at Bishop Girton High School up in New Hampshire, one of the best programs in New England. Won a state title back in 2017. Their head coach, their dad, Chris Cameron, who's in the Lehigh Hall of Fame, had his own great college lacrosse career. One of the best goal scorers NCAA's ever seen.
That was a dangerous pass right there.
Yeah, it was, and Shane Knobloch was fortunate to reel it in, because Michael Bath nearly stole it away. But now Knobloch wins the battle and switched on to his short stick.
And that's what he doesn't have an up. Oh, that was a good look, but he couldn't get it through.
Yep. 10 and the shot clock, and now a de-twigging by Jack Amon, and Rutgers is back on the ball.
Another great ride by Rutgers puts 80 on the shot clock. Amon Just check that stick, put it on the field.
Rutgers has not scored as prolifically in this third quarter so far as we've seen, but they've had the momentum with the caused turnover from Dante Koulis in the goal, and now one long possession that Princeton's defense will try to stop. And don't forget, Princeton's defense started this game so well, had the back-to-back shot clock violations. Gian Forcaro's looked good too as that pinball's around, and it makes for an easy GB for Bath.
Yeah, again, I'm not real happy about the selection of that shot right there. Plant your feet, no angle from out far. Sure, coach will bring it to his attention this week that we could probably get better shots and better opportunities.
A chance to reset for Princeton's offense.
Oh, we got a short stick here. That's going to be a good matchup.
On Mackesy. Shake, slips, but shares, and a rifle goes home for Christian Ronda as Princeton was able to get back to the Final Four for the first time since 2004. He has come alive today as Princeton wins the long, drawn-out face-off. And now here they come. Streaking right in front. Another one! Tie game!
Yeah, they're looking for Slusher. Princeton's looking for Slusher to get it going.
That's just his fourth goal of the season there.
Yeah.
Another brawl for the ground ball. Rutgers wins it this time.
Good ground ball there by Rutgers as Scott comes up with the ball. And we're back to tie. Scott from behind to Cameron. Almost gets away. Back to Scott.
And Rutgers sends it back up towards midfield. So again, in this game, you snap your fingers, a team goes on a run, and we're level. 11-11, midway through the third. Rutgers looking for its fourth straight victory. Princeton looking to end a two-game losing streak and find its most marquee victory of the year against its most hated rival. As that one's knocked away, Gian Forcaro on the run out, but he's a step short.
Good job by Rutgers getting to that end line.
And Rutgers retains 25 seconds here. They send it back up.
Again, I'm not so crazy about Rutgers' last three shots on Cage. They haven't been from good angles, open sticks. Let's see if we get a good shot on Cage here. And here comes one.
Oh, who bangs the crossbar. That's punishing for the crossbar. It pinballs out nearly towards the bench, to the seats.
Yeah, Knobloch put it on Cage. He just hit that bar to get a reset. Sprock with the ball up top middle.
Look out there, too. I see number 44 for Rutgers. It's Zach Walsh, the freshman, making his second appearance. Here's Sprock sharing it to Walsh, who couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Walsh not ready to receive that pass. It was a good pass to him.
Ross Scott.
Good job by not going back.
Yeah, stays inside midfield, and this is alive for Rutgers, 29 to shoot.
Yeah, he had crossed that midfield line. It would have been over and back like in basketball. It would have been a turnover for Rutgers. Great awareness by Scott to take that ball and throw it back in the offensive side of the field. Here comes a shot.
Sprock bumped, and that will not be a shot. It's a turnover. Princeton's defense recovered after the ground ball and does well there to get out of that without allowing a goal.
Yeah, that was a tough situation for Princeton to be in there, and they were able to get out of it. Good ground ball by Rutgers. Oh. Clear here by Princeton. Yeah, we didn't mention Princeton uses a lot of different midfielders on their midfield units. They oftentimes do not come out with the same three players, whether it's on their short stick defensive midfield or on their offensive.
Right on cue, there's Quinn Kramer, number 20, for what may have been his first appearance of the day. Now Mackesy held up, trudging through, and forced away by Raul and Russo.
Again, I just think that if you play Mackesy a little bit aggressive man-to-man, you will have more success than if you're sloughing off of him. Because once you let him free, He's going to pop the lanes, get open, and take quality shots. We got a short step matchup here. Yep. Princeton going to try to take advantage.
Bardaro shares inside 10 seconds, and the pass to Kramer knocked away. And a flag. Jax DeHanzik knocked to the turf. We got a broken stick. We got a penalty against Princeton. And we've got a whole bunch of pushing and shoving between the Scarlet Knights and Tigers.
Yeah, a lot of nastiness going on there between both teams. We got a broken stick on the field. You'll see it right here. As the ball goes down, we got slashes going on. Oh, there's a slash right there. And maybe more. Let's see what they're going to call. Are we going to go with another non-releasable? There's the slash call. Going to be a 1-minute slash, I believe. Got to establish itself, and that's the result.
So Rutgers a man up. Third time today. They do have one man-up goal so far as Dante Koulis is stopped. Gian Forcaro takes away the laser.
Again, I think that might be another one that went off the pipe. Not sure there. That was far side. That was a great shot. Rutgers in a 1-3-2. Moving the ball. 53 on the shot clock, 31 in a penalty.
Step down. Oh, 5-hole. Wow, Jack Amon gets his first goal of the day in style. Quick win by Jake Stevens, who was turned away.
So there's a situation here. Stevens comes up with the ball. Most teams, your wing person on the face-off is a defensive player. Stevens is not. He's an offensive player. So when he came up with that ball, he has plenty of potential to score and get involved in the offense. And he stays on as well.
Final minute of the third quarter. The game clocks and shot clocks are effectively even. So Princeton could hold for the final shot. They're moving the ball like they're not going to.
Exactly, Dom. They just move the ball.
Mackesy. Rutgers trying to stay with Coulter Mackesy, who lit up the Scarlet Knights in the first half. To the tune of 5 points. Now Slusher finds it! Oh, Alex Slusher!
Well, they're not sure.
Nets it. They count it! And that's going to end up on a highlight reel.
20 seconds left, and Princeton's going to come up with another shot possibly in the last second here.
A hockey to head. It goes wide. Still 8 seconds to work with here as Slusher, with a pep in his step, restarts. Slusher in the alley. Oh, that was a heck of a try. It goes wide from Bo Pedersen. And we'll head to the fourth quarter even. Man, it would have been highlight after highlight if Pedersen hit that spinning around. 13, that is, when he was hired. He had an early chat with Brian Brecht, one of their first conversations, just to sit down and say, let's make sure that this game every year is on the weekend. And Ethan Rawl, cutting to the cage, shoots it wide. I say that, though, because both coaches wanted to make this a showcase of New Jersey lacrosse, and what a showcase it's been today.
Listen, they give back to the game, Dom. They're not just lacrosse. Here comes a good shot and wide. They're not just coaches. They give back to the game. They want to see the growth of lacrosse. They want to see people enjoy this game of lacrosse. They love the game of lacrosse. They got together and they decided what's best for the game, not so much for themselves.
I know at the top, the coaches have a ton of respect, and I'm sure the teams do, even though all the physicality today might not indicate that. We've had 4 penalties. We've had a whole bunch of bumps and bruises and more to accrue. As Ross Scott comes off the pick, still moving, and shoots wide. Ross Scott today, 1 goal, 8 shots. And credit in part to the way Princeton's defended him.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to get that ball off cleanly. Got to where he wanted to get, but again, on the shot, stick to hands, took away his great shot from him.
He'll try again. 2 defenders, and shares to Eric Savetti, who's got him hung up.
Good job there by Scott. Recognized the slide. Passed it back to X. Now Rutgers could take their time. Savetti's going to come around, shoots.
Oh, it's a tough shot, and Gian Forcaro makes his 6th save. Nice second half from Michael Gianforcaro. Came in the middle of a penalty, has played well. And now Princeton has a chance to reclaim the lead. Cutting to the crease. Oh, Coulter Mackesy was stripped from behind. Bobby Russo there on the scene.
Bobby R. Russo, baby. I'll tell you what, you don't want to challenge him because more times than not, he's going to pick your pocket.
The 7th caused turnover, now 8th, that is, by Rutgers today, to Princeton's 5. And Rutgers goes back on attack. Princeton led for nearly all of the first half, led by as many as 3 goals. Rutgers closed the first half on a 4-goal run to get back in front. And since that point, we have not been separated by more than 2 goals.
Shot there just over the pipe. Nick Tereski taking the shot just a little bit high. 34 on the shot clock.
Scott surveys and sends it back up to Shane Knobloch. And now Jack Amon.
Up top, over the top to Knobloch. He's going to let it go. Nope. Cameron will.
Cameron, bouncing ball goes in. Brian Cameron.
Joe Newman wins the face-off, throws it back. Rutgers attempts to clear.
And Newman has had a nice day. He's taken most of the face-offs, in fact. We've got to mention that. And he's now better than 50%, 9 for 17. John DeHenio today has been 3 for 9.
Good clear there by Rutgers. Much needed clear in a desperate, not a desperate, but in a situation where you need the ball. Plenty of time left here in a 1-goal game. Fans here are being treated to a great game, and you at home, you're being treated not only a great game, but a great call by Dom Savino.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You're the best. You're the best in this.
That's been good to work with you, Rick. It's been a fun season for us broadcasting here from Rutgers. Our last game of the year. Rutgers does have some more games at home in April, but this is our last one here on Big Ten Plus, and it has been a great one. Princeton and Rutgers with a lot to be proud about, but still 11 and a half minutes to decide a winner. As that's thrown away, and that'll not get it done. Knobloch was just trying to find Scott behind the cage.
Yeah, very unlike Knobloch to just take a simple pass back to X and throw it wild. Rutgers a little bit of a tough clear here, or Princeton rather. Good clear though, however, and they're going to put yourself in a situation where they have numbers. Rutgers settles back in on defense.
And Vardaro, who got banged up a little bit in the 3rd quarter, looked like he had the wind knocked out of him, starts the offense. Shot from Ronda and stopped by Mullen.
What a good save that was. That was a smother save where you have to just go down and smother that ball before it goes by you.
Kyle Mullen has 10 saves today. A little under 50%, but he has faced a barrage from
Daniels. Wide.
Yeah, it's Noah Daniels, the short stick defensive midi.
.10:31, Rutgers up by 1. Last quarter.
And a whole lot of stress from the alums of these two programs to know how much this game means to them. For Rutgers, Princeton is Rutgers' oldest rival. For Princeton, Rutgers is their 2nd oldest rival. Goes back to 1922, this series.
Cameron on the short stick. Push down.
And back up top for Amon. He resets with 28 on the timer. Trying to shove his way in and can't swim his way past the defender.
2-man game behind. Cameron coming around. Gets turned back. Cameron going goal line extended. Going to take a shot. Bounces over.
Trying the bouncer. 11 seconds here for David Sprock, who works inverted as Scott comes above GLE.
Scott's going to take him goal line extended. Down the lane. He's going to try to get inside of him.
3 seconds. Scott, no. On the rebound, Cameron was there but couldn't field it. Princeton first on the scene, and they got it. Big one there from Michael Bath.
Late into the shot clock. Scott took a good shot. Good save. Princeton clear.
I think all things considered, that's not bad for final 5 seconds of the clock.
No. All of those people to the right of the Rutgers bench, those are all alum that are allowed on the field for this game. A lot of them here today.
A lot of Princeton folks in the stands, too, can see the orange and black. The Tots Maestro Cup is at stake. Off the spin, Share.
Again, off of the double team, you'll see Princeton just transfer the ball so well.
I thought English had a chance there outside the crease to shoot, but instead behind the cage, Vardaro will go 1v1 and now gets switched off to a pole.
See Slusher all the way up top, giving it a bit of different look. Challenging Bobby Russo.
15 seconds. Here's Jake Stevens. Gets the first step, shoots, it's stopped by Mullen, but the rebound in front, knocked down. Oh, it was a great chance for Sam English to put it back in, but a little trail check there knocked it away.
Oh, Mullins just made 2 good saves right there, back-to-back also, Dom. Beautiful job in that circle.
If Sam English gets that shot off cleanly, it's going in most likely.
Cameron waving off his other offensive players, trying to get a little 1v1 going. It's going to put it up top and reset.
Remember, Rutgers has not beaten Princeton since 2019. The Tigers have won the last 2 meetings. But Rutgers has had success on its home turf and trying to continue that today. Nick Tereski spins and shares. Princeton recovers well.
Little good ball movement here by Rutgers. Knobloch with the ball.
And 20 seconds left on the timer. Knobloch, swim to the alley. No! Another big one from Gianfrancaro as Dante Koulis tried to slip it in.
Yeah, Knobloch did a nice job. Swim, dodge, got his hands free, put it into Koulis. Koulis right in front of cage. Turn back.
This is our longest goalless stretch of the day, I believe. 6 minutes since our last goal in this game.
Not for lack of action, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. Michael Gianfrancaro and Kyle Mullen have gone save for save.
Here comes a shot.
In the alley, Mullen knocked it down, but it pops in.
No go.
No, they say no.
They did not know where that ball was.
Whoa.
The officials didn't know where the ball was when he popped up. When Mullen popped up, it was right under his body.
Now we'll have to look at the replay. The official's right there to see it. It looked like it was a tie game, but instead Rutgers ball on a Mullen unbelievable, improbable save.
That was magic. Magic between the pipes right there.
Wow. 6 minutes to go. It could be tied, but instead Rutgers has a chance to build a 2-goal lead.
Sprock with the ball, throws it back behind. Cameron puts it back.
And Ross Scott will send it high. A Rutgers offense that has been dominated by Scott and Cameron, but today everybody getting involved as James Ringer almost put in his 2nd goal of the day.
James Ringer coming out of the box, tried to shoot it high and away, and it was turned back. Princeton now has the ball. Rutgers up 13-12, 5:27 left in the game. Slusher with the ball.
And we'll get back to 6v6, get the offensive middies on the field. If you're Princeton here, what do you do? Kyle Mullen's been on a bender.
Rutgers just got caught off the bench there.
Low to high, it goes high from Sam English. And Vardaro had half a step to get there. Wow. Looked like Rutgers was close on the run out.
Yeah, yeah. But Rutgers got caught coming out of the box late. Princeton had a transition situation. They created transition situation coming out of the box. Slusher with the ball, puts it behind.
In the alley, Stevens lost it. Scooped up in front and one-handed away by Ronda. Still alive for Princeton.
Ronda come up with that ball.
What a day Christian Ronda's had. Hat trick.
Ring a nice job 1v1 here.
Sharing, Slusher, extra pass, English in! Sam English ties the game at 13.
Yeah, English puts it near side. Once again, Mullen a little bit off the pipe there. Not in a bad situation there, not in a bad angle.
But he brings this level, and now a procedure call on Sandoval gives Rutgers the ball.
You only scored 2 goals in a season, but that might be the most important goal of his 2023 season so far.
Yeah, Princeton, it feels like, needs a win. It's 2-2, but after this, the Tigers start Ivy League play, and it's Penn and Yale, a pair of top 20 teams right off the top. The Tigers would love to get back above 500, get a marquee ranked win.
See a little invert right here.
Yeah, with Eric Savetti. For Rutgers, it's already got a ranked win over Loyola. Would love another against a rival.
Scott working 2-man game, comes around.
Shares. Savetti forced away, and Rutgers will try it again. Now Knobloch, 1v1 against a pole. Bounces low, and Gianfrancaro again sweeps it away. He's made 10 saves in the second half.
Well, give credit where credit is due to the Princeton coaching staff to stay with their 2-man goalie rotation, because they certainly made the right decision in this second half so far.
It's Gianfrancaro's first game of his career with double-digit saves. This is somebody who had only played in 3 games before this year. But now with 3:13 to go, Princeton has a chance to reclaim the lead.
It's coming down to go time right here. Each possession becomes very, very important. Princeton with the ball, 3 minutes left in the game. Tie score, here comes a shot. Elects not to shoot it.
Yeah, it was Ronda.
Uh-oh,
now,
hands free.
Yeah,
nice
English.
recovery.
And he'll send it around. Ronda, what a day he has had.
Again, Princeton, they'll dodge but won't force the issue, and they'll pass the ball. Here comes the first time I've seen them really come around hard on a 1v1.
Yeah, it was Alex Vardaro who got roughed up as he tried to shoot it. Princeton ball, 15 seconds. And who will it end up with? English, who just scored.
There goes the ball movement. Got Rutgers hung up.
English.
4 on the shot clock.
Got to shoot it, and Mackesy, this was deflected. But the shot clock ends. Rutgers with a great defensive stand.
Yeah, don't be surprised to see a timeout here by either team on possession in the offensive side of the field. Rutgers must clear the ball first.
This has been a fourth quarter without much stoppage. Aside from goals, we have not had a break. End-to-end action as Rutgers struggles to clear, and Shane Knobloch finally escorts it ahead, and a timeout taken by one sprinting Brian Brecht.
That was anything but a clean clear. Knobloch came running to the ball, was able to pick it up and go around his defender.
Ross Scott, Rutgers All-American attackman.
Cameron will set the pick.
So we got 50 seconds on the shot clock here. Rutgers does not have to rush. They can take this down to about 1 minute left. Can you imagine one deliberate possession here out of the Scarlet Knight timeout?
I'll tell you, the most nervous person in here right now are the 2 face-off men. One for Rutgers and one for Princeton, because if a goal is scored here and or goes into overtime, they're going to play the biggest part of this game. Here comes a shot. He elects not to shoot.
Yeah, it was Sprock who tried to gain a step. Now Knobloch, 18 seconds to shoot. Princeton fending off Rutgers. Now Cameron will take it with 10. He's still covered. Down to 7 seconds. Cameron from distance, it's deflected. It goes out of play with 2 seconds, and Princeton will get the ball back with a chance to win the game. Now Rutgers was not able to get within 5 yards or 10 yards of the goal.
Well, they're going to throw the ball in the corner. There's going to be a shot clock violation on Rutgers. Princeton will have 1 minute left, and they'll call a timeout if they get it across the midline.
And they put it in the stick of Sam English to clear it. Rutgers trying to ride. Here's Stevens. It's a cross. Trying to get it into the box. Colin Mulshine does it. Princeton timeout.
English against Daniels.
And you imagine Princeton will try to go with 20 seconds or so. Leave enough time to get a rebound maybe.
Yeah, I think they're just going to look for their best shot. Doesn't matter what time is left. They're looking for their matchup here. They're going to get Rutgers caught up behind, I think, because everybody is in front of the cage for Rutgers.
Here's Rhonda. 20 seconds. Feed it back for Vardaro. And now Mackesy, but it's taken away. Bobby Russo has the ball. He lost it. 10 seconds. Oh, stepped out of bounds or a timeout? What came first?
Timeout,
yes.
Timeout. Yeah, they're going to put somebody at X, and they're going to stack around the crease.
High drama in Piscataway. Slusher, the senior, will restart.
And
Marked by a short stick, Ryan Decker.
And Rutgers not going to play at X. They're going to pass it there, get him hung up.
Vardaro.
And look inside.
5 seconds. Looking. Still. Mackesy lost it. Taken away. Overtime. Here we come. Rutgers defends it. No shot from Princeton. And New Jersey's lacrosse rivalry not done yet today. And it's a Rutgers possession. And again, the question is who takes the shot?
Sprock up top, going 1v1. Looks to pass it behind.
And there is Ross Scott, who's only had 1 goal today.
Ross Scott's going to get a shot here.
In the alley, spins back, look in front,
Ooh.
and Princeton recovers. But now Cameron rolls around. And Cameron lost the handle on it. Was aiming for the target, but was defended well. Colin Mulshine was all over him.
Oh, yeah, well-timed check on his gloves as he's ready to shoot. The ball goes high and wide. Again, Rutgers taking time, 42 seconds on the shot clock. Sprock spreading the defense out.
And defended out high by Marquez White. Trying to force his way inside. And now behind for Cameron. 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Got to move this ball.
And it goes up top for Shane Knobloch. Against a pole.
Good job.
Knobloch, 12 seconds.
Good job by Princeton defense. Going to get the shot off. Knobloch's going to have to shoot it.
To the doorstep. Shot
Oh, the game is over.
Dante Coolis puts it in. And Rutgers wins in overtime.
Shake and bake, Knobloch.
It's the Canadian that comes through with a goal of the day in New Jersey's lacrosse rivalry.
Well, everybody in this stadium, including you and I, thought Knobloch was going to pull the trigger there, and he is just so shifty. He finds Coolis on the back door. Coolis was very cool on this shot. Look at this. Looks like he's going to shoot. I'll give it to you, baby. Put it away.